Hello, my beautiful Leos. Welcome to Dragon Tail Tarot. My name is Ariel, and I am here to do your reading for August 21st through 31st. This is going to encompass the sun's movement into Virgo, as well as the Virgo new moon that's coming up on August the 30th. So before we get into it, I just want to remind you all that this is a general reading. It will not resonate with every single Leo on the planet. If the messages resonate for you, then those are definitely yours. If they do not resonate for you, leave those behind because those belong to a different Leo. So what I'm going to do first is start with pulling a major arcana tarot card and also a spirit animal card to give me your major themes for this period of the year. This is going to address Leo sun, moon, Venus, and rising signs, and all Leo cross watchers are absolutely welcome to hang out with us. So let's get started. Dearest angels, beings of light, guardians, ancestors, helpers, and healers, I ask for your influence and guidance as I do the reading for the sun, moon, Venus, and rising signs of Leo for August 21st through 31st. Please protect their energy and mind throughout this session and bring through clear, direct messages for their highest good. Thank you. All right, Leo, so out comes Judgment. A very, very powerful card indeed. So this is absolutely a clearing and cleaning out kind of card where the energy is renewing. You're no longer willing to put up with any kind of trouble, malarkey, people giving you shade or trouble or not being supportive of you. This is also about you kind of renewing your own heart and life. The Archangel Gabriel bringing messages to you and calling, new energy forth. So this is a very powerful, very positive card. Now I'm going to pull a spirit animal and we're going to see which one of these guys is closest to you for this period of the year. Ooh, I love this. It's so perfect, goes together great with Judgment. This is the lizard, regeneration. As a survivor, you are unparalleled. No matter what happens, you can adapt, embrace your transformation, put on your new cloak. You're a master of regeneration, just like we said, is all about, Judgment is calling things out and regenerating your life, bringing new energy, bringing new patterns into your awareness. So the lizard to me is always also about the dream world and dreams. It's always connected to that as well, Leo. So please do pay attention to your dreams right now. They may be coming through very powerfully. And even if you just feel like you're not doing anything at all, pay attention to those daydreams as well. It's like when your mind is wandering, pay attention to kind of where it's going. It may be taking you somewhere very powerful. So now I'm going to get into some of your astrological patterns that are coming in for this period of time. So we just, had that big full moon in Aquarius, which is the opposite of your sun sign of Leo. So when this happens, we're, coming off that full moon energy, going into the waning moon cycle now. So this is kind of the wind down from the big build up. And so we're really cleansing, we're releasing, we're turning things loose. We're cutting out negative things that don't serve us anymore. And so what's coming up in the next couple of weeks is going to be a ton of Virgo energy coming through. We had a lot of planets all built up in Leo, and now they're getting ready to move to the next sign of Virgo. So it will be a lot less fiery, bold, and your own element. It's going to a more grounded, practical area of life. So I will get into the houses and everything that influences for you. So the first thing that we'll have is Mars goes into Virgo on August 19th. The Sun goes into Virgo on August 23rd. So the mind really starts changing because the Sun is your guy. That's your star. That's your ruling planet. So that going into Virgo changes the way that your conscious mind functions very strongly. You'll be definitely more organized, thinking more practical. Then Venus goes into Virgo on August 22nd. That definitely changes the way that we socialize, the way we think of relationships. We're more practical, more clear, more pure in our intention. And then Mercury goes into Virgo on August 30th, and that's also when the new moon arrives as well on the 30th. So that starts our new cycle of the lunar phase all over again, and so that's when it's good to start rebuilding. The waning moon right now is better to let things go and to kind of go with the flow a lot more, and then when the new moon comes, that's when it's time to start rebuilding your energy over those 2 weeks till it gets to the next full moon phase. All right, so I'm going to also tell you a little bit about where that affects you. So the Virgo house universally for Leo is the second house of Taurus, which is a very earthy place. The way that it works is that the planet is what's acting, the sign it's in is how it's acting, and the house it is in is where it's acting. So all that Virgo energy for you is playing out in the area of Taurus. So I would say that this is a time of year, Leo, where you are absolutely focused on kind of getting your ducks in a row, especially when it comes to finance and material resources. You're kind of thinking, okay, I need to balance my budget. I need to maybe let go of things that are costing me more than I want them to, etc., etc. This could also be a thing where your personal values are called into play, and you kind of go, what is it that really matters to me? What is the most important? Is it work? Is it money? Is it chasing that, ambitious goals? Is it family? Is it time for relationships? Is it all of that? And whatever your personal needs are and your personal values are reflecting, it will really change the way that you think, and it may change the way that you take action and make your direction. It's also, all that earth is positively activating the Capricorn energy that's already going through your universal 6th house, which is the Virgo house. And so this could be a time when, if you've had any sort of illness or kind of, upsets in the physical realm, it's time to really heal those. And it's also time to think about, okay, where can I go next, to take care of my physical body? What's the best for my physical well-being? Because that Capricorn energy can be very harsh, and so I don't doubt that y'all have been through some health stuff. I don't doubt that at all. Not all Leos, but a lot of you will have been through something there, and if it's been very difficult, this could be a time that you either get a reprieve or you have a new information that comes in and gives you better advice, better direction as how to help yourself the best. So now I'm going to pull some astrology cards around the major points of the universal chart. That will be the sun, moon, and rising signs, and just get a little more advice on your astrological influences. All right, Leo, so very beautiful. So around the sun element, you're getting that 11th house of friendship. So this could be a thing where it's really, to me, Virgo and Aquarius, which rules the 11th house, both have that feeling of like wanting to integrate into the whole. Virgo does so through service to humanity and organizing people into a group to get some kind of work done. And Aquarius does it very much by embracing the universal unconscious and kind of tapping into what the group, what the mind, what the whole group mind is thinking, where are they at. So this is telling you to connect more to that universal consciousness, and that can definitely mean by getting together with more people. Don't isolate yourself. Even though this is a more practical, more grounded, you may be spending less money, you may be saying, I gotta watch my budget, but don't let that keep you from being social and being around your friends, because that doesn't cost anything, Leo. All right, so the next one coming up around the moon sign is really interesting because it's the Mercury retrograde card, and we had a Mercury retrograde during the time of Leo, which probably had a big impact on you, Leo, all the Leo people. So this is about reinvention. This is about refreshing the interior, because it's addressing that moon. So this is all about the subconscious. So make sure to refresh, rewire, redo. If you feel like you need to redo something, that's a perfect time to do it. So this on the rising, wow, Leo. So here comes Pluto, transformation. All about change. This is what you're projecting outward through, the face that you show to the world. And so that face that you're showing to the world right now may be really altering, really changing, to the point where some people are going, Leo, I don't even feel like I know you anymore, because now it's like you've got this whole new energy coming up around you. It may also make you very magnetic, Leo, because that Pluto energy is always a magnetic, kind of powerful pull. So be careful what you wish for right around now, because you just might get it, whether it's good or bad. Try to put your thoughts into good things, positive things, things that you want to bring more of into your life, because you're very likely to attract more of that if you do that. So let's pull some tarot and we'll see what comes up in your further reading here. I like all of this that's coming up so far, though. Oh, wow. So you're definitely completing some cycles, Leo. Very beautiful. I really like this. Wow, yes. You've come through some big transformations here. Okay, so let's look at these. There's the completion card right there in the center. So this is all about those puzzle pieces falling into place. And over top of it is that major arcana of the 8, the strength card. So this is a lot of your energy right there. And to me, this is about taming that more, that prideful, the negative side of Leo, which is the pride, the unhealthy ego, and instead turning it into self-love and letting your spirit guide you instead of your fears, your worries, your anxieties, or anything like that. So in your immediate past, there's that transformation, there's that death card. We knew the Scorpio, Pluto energy was coming up around you very strongly, and you're being guided forward. So this is like there's been that huge kind of cycle of death, rebirth, transformation, and Spirit is leading you forward to build something new out of those ashes, like that phoenix rising from the ashes. So Leo, there's also coming up on your unconscious messages, things that you may not be aware of within your deeper soul. Here's that 5 of Pentacles, which is a fear of being left out, a fear of not being included. And so this is crossed by that Ace of Pentacles, which is telling you you're absolutely included. Get grounded, get centered. Don't give in to that kind of fear, because this is bringing up a lot of wisdom, a lot of maturity, and a lot of real world material blessings. So if you've had, especially like we talk about the financial stuff in the past, which hasn't been so easy, it's going to get easier. And you're going to have those gifts coming in. So don't fear too much about that. So the strengths, the conscious mind here is that amazing justice card, a lot like judgment. It's calling things into fairness, into balance. If you haven't been treated right, this is saying, I'm not going to put up with that anymore. I need to have things be balanced, equal, fair, and harmonized. Here comes that 4 of Wands, which I absolutely love. On top of that, this card has so much symbology, not just in the Osho Zen here, but also in the Rider-Waite. This is your 1111, the stable home, the integration, all those things. And so in the Osho Zen, it's the participation, has that mandala where all the figures have one hand open and one hand closed, meaning that they give as much as well as receive. So it's a balance. This is where your higher mind is, Leo. This is what your guides and your higher guardians are telling you, that don't give in to anything that's not feeding both sides of your soul. So the Moon card, the past lives, comes up here. There's a feeling of going into the future. You don't feel like you have all the information, so give yourself time to do that. 8 of Swords. Don't over worry. This is really, there's a lot coming up around this. And Virgo, hate to say it for all you Virgos out there that may be watching for Leo, but you guys have a real tendency to worry. You know that. You know that you have to really work on those anxieties because your mind is very active and it can be overactive. And so it's saying that for you, Leo, is that going into this, period of time, to not give in to fear, to not give in to doubt. And instead of worrying about the things that you don't know, embrace and start doing some research and start to get to the heart of what you don't know. And if it's still not satisfactory, walk away. Just walk away from it. So coming up, here is like being aware that you need to interact with people, but don't let it fall into just bickering or arguments, because right now your emotions are pretty sensitive. Try to have a clearer head about this. This is that King of Swords, and you've got to be able to make kind of clear, logical, rational decisions that may not always seem to be the most intuitively or compassionately based, but sometimes you just got to say, I need to do what I need to do that's best for me. Because right now, kind of your hopes and fears are sort of being too emotional, of being maybe even taken advantage of, because you are being very loving and very giving. But this is also right now what you need to embrace about yourself is some healing, because this is that King of Cups. This is all about healing. And the points of the body that are highlighted are the third eye, the heart chakra, and the solar plexus, so that you have more confidence, a more whole feeling heart. And this last one, I'm definitely going to pull up some clarification, because again, here comes that Seven of Swords. This to me is, there's a little symbology about the moon, because this can be deception. This can be whether people are deceiving you, or you're maybe deceiving yourself about something that you need more clarity on. So I'm going to ask, please, Spirit, let's clarify the Seven of Swords for Leo. Oof, yeah, you've been through some stuff, dear ones. Oh my goodness. So coming up is that Ten of Swords. Crossing over that, I think a lot of your fear of being deceived is because you've really been through the ringer in the past. You've been through those towers, and you don't want to go there again. So the outcome, the advice on this is really to take it easy. Take it slow and steady wins the race. Don't rush. Don't, jump in too fast to something. If you can't see the bottom of the pool, don't jump in the pool, Leo. And just take your time. And, Virgo to me is a very practical, very earthy kind of energy. So it's like, take your time. And if people say, well, I don't have time to wait for you, that just tells you they're not for your highest good. Because if they really truly love you, want you, are going to be there for you, they'll be patient. They'll wait for you to take time to make that decision and get more information on the situation at hand. So let's pull a card from the Mother Mary, Queen of Angels deck. To me, she's very aligned with this feminine sort of Virgo, Virgin quality. So we're going to pull a card of final advice from her for you. Okay, this card came up for another sign. I think it might have been Taurus. I'm not sure, but this is the sobriety card, which to me is really kind of perfect for Virgo, because Virgo is all about cleansing, purification, better nutrition, good routines, good habits. And so this doesn't just address things like drinking too much or indulging too much in good food or whatever. This is about having a clear mind. And so this says my clear mind is easily able to focus and concentrate. So just keep that in mind, Leo, as a word of advice, that when you're making these decisions or you're working through some stuff, make sure you've had enough rest. Make sure you've had something good to eat, drinking enough water, so that your mind will be nice and clear and in the best place it can be to make good decisions, because good decisions are best made when you're not all stressed out and worn out and feeling really just not at your very best. So those are your messages for this period of August 21st through 31st, Leo. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful end of this month, and I will be back super soon for y'all. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share with your friends, and comment below. Take care.